Hey girls, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a single nail design using my practice finger. I'm going to go ahead and finish prepping the nail, so I'm taking my nail tip from KCNAILS. It is the same one that I used to prep the other hand as well. To glue the nail tip on, I'm just taking the Kira Sky Stick It Nail Glue and applying this onto the working nail. I'm then going to go ahead and glue my nail tip down into place. If you guys do want to know how I prepped the practice finger, it is also included in the practice hand video that I did. I will link it in the cards. I'm just applying a little bit more of the glue where the nail tip meets the working nail just to make sure that it's glued into place properly. If you guys are interested in any of the products that I'm using, everything will be linked down below. I do also have a few discount codes as well. I'm then going to take my nail tip cutters and I'm going to go ahead and cut down the length of the nail just because I want this nail to be relatively short. I don't want to be working on that super long nail tip. I'm going to be using these little fruit slices. I did get these from one of the Double Dip Nails decoration kits. I'm also going to be applying the fruit slices with the base coat from Kira Sky. So to glue the fruit slices onto the nail, I am just taking the base coat gel and I'm applying a layer of this onto the tip of the nail. I'm not applying this to the base just because I'm only going to be applying these slices to the tip of the nail. I'm just taking my tweezers and I'm going to go ahead and pick up the fruit slices. These are the strawberry ones, and I'm just placing 3 of these into the uncured base coat. Do keep in mind we are going to be encapsulating these fruit slices, so you do not want to place them too close to the sides or cuticle area of the nail. We do need to have enough product to fully cover these fruit slices, and typically the sides and cuticle area of the nail are a lot thinner in product just to make sure that the nail does not look bulky. Before I cure that layer, I'm also taking this red gel liner. This is from the first gel liner collection from Double Dip Nails. I'm going to be using this to do the swirls around these strawberries. Because I haven't cured the base coat gel yet, this gel color will start to spread a little bit, and that is kind of what I wanted for this nail look. I wanted it to be very swirly and blended together. So I'm just doing some lines around these strawberries. Do keep in mind I am not painting over top of the strawberries. I do not want to get this polish on top of those fruit slices. I'm also not fully covering the nail because I do want some areas to be a little bit see-through, so I am making sure to leave tiny gaps that you can see through. So before I cure that layer as well, I am taking the white gel liner. This is from the same gel liner collection from Double Dip. I'm just going to be adding some white over top of the red areas that I just did with the gel liner. I want to make sure that this nail design has a good amount of white as well, just to make those strawberries really stand out. Before I cure that, I am taking a dotting tool and I'm going to very gently swirl the white and red gel together just to give it a really pretty marble effect. Do keep in mind you do not want to over marble this, otherwise the colors will mix and you will get pink. Once the strawberries and gel art are cured into place, I am taking this clear polygel from Double Dip Nails. This is a really big tube, so it should last you a long time. I'm just going to be applying some of this onto the tip of the nail. Here's what the clear polygel looks like. This polygel is also super clear, so I definitely recommend it if you have issues finding a super clear polygel. Instead of using rubbing alcohol as my slip, I just decided to use the Kira Sky base coat gel. By the way guys, if you didn't know that, you can use base coat as your slip. I wouldn't always recommend doing it, but today I just didn't feel like using rubbing alcohol. When using a base coat gel as your slip, you do want to make sure not to put too much, otherwise it can flood your cuticles. I'm just going to make sure that the clear polygel is smoothed out over the entire tip of the nail. I am making sure to encapsulate these strawberries very well. I do not want any parts of these strawberries to show through. I also want to make sure to cover all of the areas of the strawberries very well so there's no air bubbles. Once I have the polygel over the tip of the nail, I'm just going to blend that back towards the base of the nail. You could remove this, but personally I just felt like doing this to have a very smooth transition from the base to the tip of the nail. I'm just going to remove any excess polygel from the tip of the nail, and that is the encapsulation. I'm going to go ahead and cure for a full minute. Next, I am taking my Macart polygel. This is the color A Siesta, my favorite nude polygel. I'm just applying a small bead of this on the base of the nail. Again, I am going to be using the Kira Sky base coat as my slip. I'm just going to go ahead and start smoothing this polygel around the cuticle and sidewall areas of the nail. I am going to be doing an ombre for this nail design. For some reason, the Kira Sky base coat actually made this polygel a very weird consistency. I personally never noticed the polygel changing consistency and becoming very difficult to work with when you use a base coat instead of slip, but for some reason I feel like these brands don't really mix that well together. I have used Macart base coat with other Macart polygels and I don't really have this issue, so I'm kind of assuming that maybe these brands don't really work together that well. So do keep that in mind if you want to try using Kira Sky base coat gel as slip for Macart polygel. It may make the polygel a little bit more difficult to work with. Once I have the cuticle and sidewall area smoothed out, I'm just going to go ahead and start blending out this polygel down towards the tip of the nail. When doing polygel ombres, you do want to apply more pressure as you get to where you want the ombre to happen. This is going to thin out the product and give you that ombre effect. I'm just going to keep working with this to get the ombre how I want. Once I like the ombre, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. Once the nail is cured, I am taking a lint-free wipe with some rubbing alcohol and I'm going to remove the sticky layer from the polygel. Polygel does cure with an inhibition layer, which you do need to remove, otherwise you will ruin your hand file or e-files. I'm just taking the Macart hand file. This is the 100-180 grit. These do come with their polygel kits. I'm obsessed with this hand file. I use it quite often. It files the nails so well and I love the quality of it. I'm just going to go ahead and reshape the edges of the nail. And I'm also going to be filing over the surface of the nail as well to get a very smooth surface. As I usually say, I do try to get the surface as smooth as possible with my application, so I don't have to file that much after the nail is cured. I did decide to do most of the filing off camera, so here's what the nail looks like after I've shaped and filed the nail. So to finish off this nail, I am taking the Kira Sky non-white top coat, one of my favorite top coat gels, and I'm just going to be applying a layer of this onto the entire nail. Let me know down in the comments if you guys like me doing a single nail design for a video. I feel kind of unsure about this because it's not an entire nail look, so I would definitely love to hear some feedback from you guys. Into the uncured top coat, I'm just taking some really small red rhinestones and I'm going to be placing these around the cuticle area of the nail. Ideally, you would want to use a rhinestone glue, but because this is just a practice nail, I decided to apply it directly into the top coat. Once I applied the top coat, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp, and here is the nail. Let me know what you guys think of this nail design down below. Again, let me know if you guys like a single nail design or if you would just prefer a full nail set. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already, don't forget to hit subscribe because I do post weekly videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!